That trumpet was in the tank for 3 or 4 minutes. It's all done. In this tank is pretty self-explanatory. You literally just put everything that we just took apart into the tank, leave it in for 3 or 4 minutes, take it out. The thing I want to show you now is called Texas flushing. So we've got all that stuff broken up, but there's still some crud inside that trumpet, and here's how we're going to get it all out. We're going to get the slides nice and smooth, make everything nice and shiny. So this is called Texas flushing. You'll just need some brushes and a cordless drill. And then this stuff is called slurry. I'll show you how we make it once I run out and I have to make another batch. I'll do a video on making it, but it's just a couple different kinds of soaps in there. And so that's what we're going to use to brush out all the stuff that the tank just loosened up for us. So basically, we're just going to take that power brush, get the slurry on it, and we're going to go drilling, using the drill to send the brushes high-powered, high spin rate through basically every open tube on the entire instrument. So I'm going to start out with the valve casings. And all the other tubes are going to be smaller, so I'm going to switch out to a smaller brush size. Now I'm going to use a smaller brush to go through all the tuning slides and even the lead pipe. Want to rinse it off fairly often because you are pulling crud out of the instrument. You don't have to do it after every single tube, but just kind of when it looks like it needs it. So that's all the tubes on the body, but I still want to make sure I do all the tuning slides too. Okay, so all the inside tubes have been done, but I want to polish up and make the tuning slides really, really nice and shiny. So all the slides that have tubes that go on the inside of the instrument, we're going to polish those up with a piece of Scotch-Brite. I like the gray Scotch-Brite. It's different grits depending on what color it is. White, I think, is like the lightest. There's like a purple and maroon that's like way too aggressive. I think gray is the second lightest, and that's the one I like. So I'm just going to wet a piece of that, and then I'm going to get some slurry right on it. And now I'm just going to kind of brush this down by hand. You can see like some discoloration up here. That should mostly go away after I do this. So a lot better, right? Look at the slide I just did versus the one I didn't do. Student level trumpet, I'll probably guess I'll go over that one more time. I'm not going to feel the need to get every last little bit of it. Professional trumpet that somebody was giving me money to repair, absolutely, I would make sure all of that was gone. So again, just like when you're taking it apart with what I mentioned with the stuck cap, you got to use your judgment on what kind of level of instrument it is. So I've done all the inside tubes on the slides, but don't forget, sometimes brass instruments have inside tubes on the actual instrument themselves, right? So this one has it on the third slide and on the first slide. So don't forget to get those with your Scotch-Brite too. Okay, so we are done with all the scrubbing and the Texas flushing. Really, all that's left is we need to give it a really thorough rinse, then we need to dry it out. And in my basket here, I've just got the small parts, like the pistons, the caps, the water key parts, all the little things like that. So don't forget to give these guys a rinse too. But all these things that aren't that basically don't have tubing in them, like the slides and the body. Everything else except for the slides and body doesn't require any scrubbing or anything in the Texas flushing process. Just once they come out of the ultrasonic, don't forget to give them a good rinse at some point and then set them aside to dry. So most of you probably won't have an air compressor handy, so it is totally fine to just let this drip dry overnight, let the air dry it. If you do have an air compressor, which we do have in the shop, it can really speed things up. It's way too loud to do a demo on it, but it's as simple as you would think. It's kind of just like rinsing. We'll have a hose sort of like this, and just instead of it spraying water, it just sprays high-powered air, and that'll blast all the water off, so it'll really speed up the drying process.